to Just Minding My Business Radio, where we are moving at the speed of God, learning what we didn't know we didn't know. I'm your host, Ida Crawford.
And I'm your co-host, Ruth Haskins.
So grab a pen and paper and get ready for information that you can use.
Welcome to Just Minding My Business Media. We hope you have enjoyed your day. Today we welcome to the mic Renee Lamb, who is an experienced mobile notary and loan signing agent. She ensures that all her clients have a great notary or signing experience. Her goal today is to assist those who are pivoting from one business into another. Welcome, Renee.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you for having me, ladies. I so appreciate it.
Absolutely. So, explain the pivoting.
So, you just say, let me start with the heavy stuff. And I love it. So, I still do have it, let me say this, but my original business is about helping professionals to exit their job and start their online business. And I was helping a client / friend of mine here in Phoenix, Arizona. And we were just talking afterwards after I helped her. And she says, you might need to start looking at what's going on and you might need to pivot. So my company, of course, is what we call B2C, which is business to consumer. And when I really looked at the economics, the trend of what was going on in society, I saw a recession coming. Like I knew something was getting ready to hit. And when there was a recession, I was like, my people who work are not going to have the money to invest the way they need to invest in me as their coach, but also in the tools that they need to get the business up and running. And so that made me look to say, where can I go? How can I add to my business or pick something up? Because I see it coming and I can't wait. And that made me kind of start looking at what I can do to either add streams of income or look into other skill sets that I have that I didn't tap into. And when I did that, what came up was my real estate skill set. And I was a real estate agent when I lived in the East Coast. I bought my own homes and sold and gave it back and did everything in between. And so I really knew that field, that industry. And so I started to look in there, but I didn't want to be a real estate agent because that was too much upfront cost. And I came across loan signing agent. And I said, let me see what this is. And when I looked into it, I was like, I could do this. And I started it off as just, this is going to be a side hustle. When I got into it, I realized, oh my God, this is going to be a business. And that moment happened when I was 3 months into actually being a notary and loan signing agent. And in 3 months, I made $2,000. Now, anybody knows who starts a business, you don't really make any money, any amount of money, that short turnaround time. Contrary to what they say on Instagram, 6 months, 6 figures. That's not true. And when I saw that, I said, this is going to be a business. And that's when I went ahead and was like, I got to pivot my business and go from a B2C to B2B, which is business to business.
I like it. And as you well know, COVID-19 has really made a lot of people pivot. And those people who did not pivot pretty much was at the mercy.
Right. Exactly. And I think one of the hardest things for me at first, it wasn't so much the technical piece of it as much as the mindset piece of it. Because we're all told as we're getting this business or starting whatever business, no matter what, you got to stick through it. You have to be consistent. And so when you're like, I need to maybe go do this, it crops up that you feel like I failed at this other business and I don't want to fail. And so you keep holding on and holding on because every guru is telling you, you got to keep at it. You got to keep at it. But there comes a time when if you're getting something over here, but you're not getting something over there, why are you holding on to the thing that's not feeding you?
Amen to that.
Right? And so I had to fight that battle, and being full transparency, I was doing that other for 5 years. And here I did something in 3 months. I really didn't put the effort that I did in the other business. And like I said, I made 2,000, made all my money, covered all my expenses. So technically I was at a profit.
Wow.
But my mindset said, chick, you got to get this going. You got to keep at that. And I had to tell myself, no, I got to go with who's feeding me. Because I'm not a failure. It still can potentially work. I might go back to it. It's still there. But that doesn't mean that it owns me. I own the business. The business doesn't own me.
Wow. And that's
people. Right. Right. Like who's the parent, who's the child here? Right?
Right.
Who running who? And sometimes we allowing the business to run us and we not running the business.
Yes.
You know, people want to talk about being a CEO. This is being a CEO. When to know to cut your losses and get going to something else. That is what the CEO is about. It's not just the title, it's making the hard decisions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I can't agree with you more. And that's always, as a CEO, there's always hard decisions to make. And First of all, I just want to commend you for doing the work because I know it was, you were battling.
Yeah, it was a battle. It was a battle, and I also realized every time you up level, you're gonna hit new barriers you never knew because you've never been in this situation before, and so you're gonna fight some new unknowns. Because until you get in that specific situation, it's only when that thing is in you, that issue is revealed. It took that situation for you to recognize what that thing is, right? And if you're never in that situation, it may never show up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I hope everybody is really listening to this because we're all doing businesses or want to do a business. And it is a struggle sometimes. And not to downplay that because statistics say it takes 5 years to see a profit in a business. But at the same time, when you have situations that are going on like what's happening right now, and every day is a survival. You really have to begin to look at what you're doing.
Right.
Right. At the end of the day, you got to put food on the table. You got to pay the mortgage or the rent. In order to do anything.
Right. Right. And that is what I think a lot of us don't talk about in this business space, small business, online business space, is letting go, right? It's just letting go and being okay with letting go. I remember when the first business, I opened up my business account, and it was weird. The question they asked me was, how many other business have you failed at? And I was like, huh? And I've actually done a lot of other stuff that I failed at. So I was like, I'm looking at 3 or 4. And she said, great, because if you said 0, we going to have a problem. We expect you to have tried and failed before. If you haven't, we're looking at you crazy. This is from a bank. They're like, we know you should have failed because that tells us you learned and you tried and you got back up again.
Okay.
And so people thinking one and done, and that people haven't tried 50 million other things before till they got to that thing that works is not true. It's just not true. And we need to let people be free and be like, it's okay, baby, if that didn't work. Move on to the next skill set. Figure that out. We only show you the highlight reel. And you taking somebody's highlight reel of 25 to 15 to 25 years and you putting it to your whole entire life. That's not fair to yourself. You just looking at their highlights. You didn't see the valley.
Yes. Thank you for bringing that out, because so many people, that's exactly what they show. They show their highlight reel. They don't show all the ups and downs and the days that they didn't know whether they were going to eat or not, or what happened to them with their banks and whatnot. So that's an important issue. Sometimes we have to fail our way to success.
Yeah. And it's not even a failure. It might not be the right timing. So delayed doesn't mean denied. Right? It might be your timing for that thing is not now, but this over here is now. And doesn't mean you might not come back around back to it and it is that timing. Or maybe you're just like, I don't want to do it no more. But doesn't necessarily means a failure. It just means this is part of the journey and this is your progression. And maybe that thing was the thing that had to teach you the skills to be ready for that other thing.
Okay. I can totally agree with that.
Yes.
Sometimes we have to gain the skills, and sometimes we go through many trials, things until we really find out what our skill set is.
Right.
And become willing to use that.
And timing is important. Right. Timing is you can be great at it, but the timing is off.
Yes.
Right. And so it's a lot more things that go into being successful. It's not just I'm servicing a need. It has some other ingredients that's in that. Right. And so it's not a one size fit all to be successful.
Yes.
And go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes, and I mean, when you talked about the different businesses, Lord have mercy. I could relate to that wholeheartedly because I've done quite a few different things. I've spent a lot of money trying to find where I fit, a lot of time. And so I can definitely agree with you that, you have to try different things.
Right. And I think people just don't. I told my girlfriend this morning, I said, overnight success, it means that someone has honed their craft for 15 to 25 years. It's just overnight to you. It's not overnight to them. True. Right? And so we have to realize in this age, as fast as it does move, technology moves, doesn't mean knowing your craft, honing your craft, developing yourself does not move at that speed. The tools move at that speed, but the real work takes time.
Yes.
Right? I couldn't appreciate this business without going through the valley for 5 years. Wow. I wouldn't understand. I got this business up in no time, but that's because I brought 5 years of skills with me. But if somebody came behind me, they wouldn't have been able to do what I did, but I knew what I was doing. And so we don't look at it in that vein. I think we're not patient. And I know I raised my hand. I'm a very impatient person. We think everything should be now. We don't truly take stock of who we are. We don't work on our personal development. You need to work twice as hard in your personal development as your business development. Your business will never outgrow you, ever. That doesn't happen. If you want your business to grow, you grow first.
Mm-hmm.
And so many times I got in that trap of this tool and this strategy and this technology and wonder why it wasn't working. It was because I wasn't investing in me growing as an individual to handle that type of success that I so desired. I wasn't ready. I didn't have the structure in place. I couldn't handle it if it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And you got to be honest with yourself. My grandmother used to say, you can lie to everybody else, but don't you start believing your own lies.
Ain't that the truth? I know that's right. Wow, right? That's the truth. So tell us a little bit about the business that you are doing now and what that is.
Yes. So at baseline, I am a notary. And so you have to be a notary to be a loan signing agent because I have to be able to notarize the real estate documents. And so the first thing is I'm a notary at baseline. And then I did training to understand the loan documents as a loan signing agent. Or they call it a certified signing agent. You hear it interchangeable. So what I do is I go out, I either work with a signing service is what we call. It's like almost like a temp agency in this kind of setup, or I can work directly with a escrow company or title company. And when they have someone who's closing for like a refinance, a home purchase, they're selling their home equity line of credit, they're getting anything around those things, a reverse mortgage, somebody like me, they will send out. And I know the documents, and I'm the one who goes through the documents and get them to sign and date and notarize it.
Okay.
And that's what I do. And because I'm mobile, I go to them wherever that may be.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I've worked with many of them
Mm-hmm.
and didn't really think about their job per se.
Right.
But it's usually somebody that comes out and explains the documents to you and then get you to sign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's exactly what we do. And it's like the most hidden job that people know but don't pay attention to. Mm-hmm. Right. And then, of course, I can do general notary because I am a notary. Right. So there's that piece of it as well. And so that is, what people don't understand about being a notary is you can specialize in different areas. Right. I just happen to start at loan signing, but I can specialize as a notary in a lot of different areas and expand my businesses with different line of services that is already there. So like I can do remote because remote is coming up due to COVID, right? I can get certified to do remote online notary. I can be they call it a apostille. And that's when you doing documents that are going outside of the United States and they need to be certified, right? Through the Secretary of State for your state or the U.S. Department of State, right? There's a apostille. I can do that. I can be a field inspector where you go out and you take pictures of commercial things and stuff like that. They like us as notaries because we're already detail oriented. So there's a lot of different things we can do as a notary to add lines of services to our business. You can be a wedding officiant, right? People don't think about that because you're a notary. But I first need to get married before I be marrying somebody else.
I never even thought that all of this could come out of a notary. And just for simplicity purposes, can you explain what a notary is? A person that does notary is. What is that?
So a notary is an officer of the state. And so basically they do look at documents that need to be acknowledged, or as we say, a jurat or sworn oath, that we're really verifying you are who you say you are, right? That this is your signature and you are who you say you are.
Okay. So all of this can come out of that one day? Because it's not that expensive to become a notary.
Not at all. I paid, I think, to become a notary, I paid like the 65 because I want to expedite it in my state. Each state has their own costs. So I was saying, in order, once you get your baseline notary through the state, whatever your state is, you need to be certified through the National Notary Association. And that's $65 to get that done. And that is a test, which is not hard, and your background check. Because if you don't have that, I don't care what other stream you want to add to being a notary, nobody's going to work with you. That is the baseline, is being certified with that organization. Now, from there, you can go the different avenues that fit your skill set. So based upon what I just said, I'm only at just notary. I'm at 120, 130. There is a bond that you need to get, and that's like $25. Your tools, which is your stamp in your journal, I'm going to be on the high end and say $50. So we're not even hitting 500. We're about 300, and you're a notary ready to go to work.
Okay, so if people want to work with you, how do they work with you? How do they connect with you to get your services?
Well, I don't have technically a course, but if people are interested and I do want to talk, I want to get as many people to do it as possible. You can go to my website, which is firstchoicemobilenotary.services.com. And there you can contact me from there. You can get to my social media, and you can have my number, and you can call me.
Okay. 'Cause I'm learning a whole lot right now because, I never dreamed in a million years that so much could come out of being a notary.
Let me tell you, when I got into it and actually saw that there were people making six figures, I was blown away. You don't need a college degree. You don't need, like a technical certification. Like I have my PMP. You don't even need that. And you just need to do this, and you need to learn. Don't get me wrong, there's courses out here, but people are making good money, and it's an honorable profession.
Okay, so anybody out there that's not working right now and, looking to pivot, this would be a great low-cost opportunity to, get involved with and earn some money.
Yes, yeah, it is. And I think as many people should do it, because it's also a great thing to fall back on, right? If you need some extra money, you can go do it. If you, unfortunately, out of work, you can do it and you can pay your bills. You got to hustle at it, don't get me wrong, but it is possible to pay your bills, right? And you can turn it up and you can turn it down. And so it's up to you what you want to do with it. But it's something I think that everybody should have in their back pocket if they want to do it. And it's something, if you just need something on the side.
So if people have questions, are they able to reach out to you?
Say go to the website, and, if you have questions, and you can reach me that.
Okay. Can you give us that website again?
firstchoicemobilenotary.services.com.
I'm impressed because I didn't know any of what you just said. And I've used notary forever.
I think all of us at some point in our lives need a notary, and yet we
Yes.
have to consider it as a possible job. It's just something that we know that sometimes we need, and we go get the services, and that's the end of our train of thought. So thank you for
Thank you for allowing me to bring it out to people.
Yes. And give me that website again. I think I missed something here.
First Choice Mobile Notary Services.com.
There's another opportunity that, if any of you want to take part in it, reach out to Renee. and she'll help you get started with that, at least point you in the right direction. Now, if people want to use your services, do they also contact you here as well for your
Yes,
state?
absolutely. Yes, yes. Go there and you can contact me.
Okay, well, I am just happy to hear about this because I never knew. Did you know, Ruth?
No, I absolutely did not. Like I said, for me, it was a service that I've needed from time to time. I've gone, but I never thought about it as a job. And as a matter of fact, I thought it would be more complicated than what Renee has shared with us. And I thought that because it was such a responsible position, it might have taken a great deal of training and money to be able to become certified as a notary. So I sort of like dismissed it as not in my ballpark of things to do, or even.
No, anybody can do it. Anybody can do it.
That's interesting.
Yes, it's very interesting. And you dispelled a lot of myths
Yes.
about how, what it is and how to get involved. And it's fairly inexpensive to get involved.
Yeah.
It is. It is. And that's what I think people are shocked about, that it doesn't take a lot. And I'm not saying this is get rich right today kind of thing. I don't believe in that. But it's what you make it, right? What you put in is what you get out. And the resources for you to be successful are out there. So it's not that I didn't put money into it, or I'm still not putting money into it, but it's just not as great as other businesses. But you will have to put money to it.
Yeah, but at least you're making money as you put money in.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Exactly.
Big
Exactly.
element here, because a lot of times in many businesses, it takes a minute to see some money.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And really, it doesn't take long for you to see money. It really doesn't.
Okay, well, we are so grateful that you stopped by and shared this information with our audience. And we look forward to definitely having you back. And just one more time for everybody, what is the website that they can reach you at?
First Choice Mobile Notary Services.com.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Looking forward to hearing more about this. And I will definitely put this out to my audience to make sure that they have this information so that way they can hit you up on your website.
So appreciate it. Thank you for allowing me to share this with your audience.
Yes.
Thank you, Renee.
Word on the street says there's something new at Just Minding My Business Media. You've heard our podcast, Just Minding My Business Radio, that brings news and views you can use. That airs every Thursday at 6 p.m. on iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, and Spreaker. Well, now you can watch Just Minding My Business. That's right, Just Minding My Business Media now has a TV presence on Raven International TV Network, broadcast on Roku, Fire, and Apple TV. Your business, through Just Minding My Business Media, has exposure on internet radio, major social media platforms, and now TV, through Just Minding My Business dynamic digital marketing platform. Don't listen to the word on the street. Hear it for yourself. Visit jmb.assistercircle.org to learn how you can take your business, your vision, to the next level. Thank you to the amazing women of A Sister Circle Empowerment Network, ASCEN LLC, and our media partners. Let Just Minding My Business Media promote your business. For information, visit us at jmb.assistercircle.org. That's jmb.assistercircle.org. Voiceovers by RCH VoiceWorks, for when you want to be heard. Call 443-620-4115. 4115.
Thank you for tuning in to Just Minding My Business Radio. I'm your host, Ida Crawford.
And I'm your co-host, Ruth Haskins.
We hope you enjoyed the show and appreciate you stopping by. Many blessings to you and yours.